When it comes to Boba Fett, Disney be like, he's no good to me dead. What's up, everybody? It's Josh. Welcome back to the channel. Smash that like button. Let's get right into this report. I must talk about Boba Fett coming into The Mandalorian Season 2, but even beyond that, what I think they're going to be doing with Boba Fett in the future for Star Wars in the Filoniverse. Okay, now, and right off the bat, I wanted to mention something that I actually rediscovered on this morning's morning stream while we were researching about Boba Fett in The Mandalorian, and I didn't remember that this was actually broke by the Hollywood Trades. This was actually the Hollywood Reporter that broke that Tamara Morrison would be coming in the second season of The Mandalorian to play Boba Fett. There's just been so much leakage and rumors coming out about all these different characters and stories that are going to be in The Mandalorian Season 2 and then in the Filoniverse after that I've lost track of what was broke in the trades versus by a reliable scooper, insider, etc., etc. But I say all that to say, like, holy crap, like, Boba's totally going to be in the second season of The Mandalorian. And there's even more evidence, ladies and gentlemen, as just yesterday, Disney altered the trademarking and copyright arrangement that they have with the Boba Fett character.
I am altering the deal. Pray I don't alter it any further.
As some people pointed out online, the last time this occurred was when they put the younger Boba Fett in the Clone Wars and they were merchandising that character once again. And so all of the rumors and report combined with this filing by Disney and Lucasfilm just adds up, man. Boba's totally going to be in this thing, and I think he might even be in the first episode. But I also kind of think Moff Gideon will be focused on the first episode, but we've got like a 52-minute episode, so I don't know. Maybe they'll tease a little bit of Boba right away. Maybe we'll get him in episode 2 or something like that. Either way, point being, I wanted to talk about that, remind everybody that holy crap, Boba is coming, but also tell you that Kessel Run Transmissions, as well as many other reliable scoopers out there, are talking about how Boba Fett will also get his own solo live action show on Disney Plus. And I've heard that this Boba Fett show will be connected to the Filoniverse, to the suite of shows being developed by Dave Filoni for Disney Plus that are all said to tie together something like the MCU. Now, you might not believe this, but I'm actually a massive Boba Fett fan. In fact, I joked before when the whole Pedro Pascal drama was going on that I wouldn't care less if Tamara Morrison shows up in the beginning of episode 1, caps Din Djarin in the head, steals his armor, and then he's the Mandalorian for the rest of the show. And guess what? I wasn't joking. But when it comes to what Boba Fett will actually be doing in the series, there are a couple of really interesting ways that he could connect to the story, at least the story that we know so far from season 1 of The Mandalorian. Number one and most obvious is that he is Mandalorian, or rather he was Mandalorian. In fact, in the very first press release for The Mandalorian as a television show, both Jango and Boba Fett are mentioned, even though real Star Wars sweaties know they were retconned to not technically be Mandalorians, and yet they are the most iconic Mandalorians anyways for your average Star Wars fan. So whether Boba's a real Mandalorian or a fake Mandalorian, or he killed a Mandalorian, or he's pretending to be a Mandalorian, maybe he wishes he was a Mandalorian, whatever it actually is, it still has to do with Mandalorians. And so maybe that will tie into the story with Boba and Din Djarin. Another really interesting aspect of the Boba Fett character is that he comes from Kamino. He is an unaltered clone of Jango Fett, his pseudo-father. And we know in season 1 that Dr. Pershing, the doctor that was working on the child, had a Kamino patch on his attire. And so perhaps something is going on with the child, and Din Djarin thinks that he can seek out someone that knows something about Kamino to help the child. Maybe there are answers on Kamino, and that's the reason that the Mandalorian Din Djarin is looking for Boba Fett. Now, another way that Boba could tie into the story of the child and Din Djarin has to do with Jedi. Boba Fett worked with the Empire. He was tasked to hunt down Jedi before. He has faced off against Luke Skywalker multiple times, sometimes in the comic books, and then of course in Return of the Jedi. Boba also famously watched his father behead by Mace Windu. And so it's possible if Din Djarin is seeking out people that know things about the Jedi to get the child to the Jedi, that Boba could be one of those people that he is seeking. Now, we almost can't talk about Boba Fett or Tamara Morrison in The Mandalorian without talking about Cobb Vanth. Timothy Olyphant was broke in the trades to also be donning the armor of Boba Fett, playing a character called Cobb Vanth. Cobb Vanth is a character from the Aftermath trilogies of novels, a character that lives on Tatooine, finds Boba Fett's armor, and wears wears Boba Fett's armor, but he's more like a sheriff of a place called Freetown, in which he is trying to rid that town of the influence of the mob and other gangsters. And so the big question is, how does Boba and Cobb Vanth fit together? What exactly is going on? Will Boba get his iconic armor back? What's going on with all that? And the last cool thing that I wanted to talk about was this idea of Boba Fett from Legends being adopted now into canon Disney Star Wars, because a lot of fans bring up the fact that in the expanded universe, particularly in this event called the Vong War, when an alien species known as the Yuuzhan Vong invaded the known galaxy, Boba Fett was not only incredible and very badass, but he actually helped the galaxy. That was a very interesting time, and a lot of fans of Boba Fett point to that period in time from the expanded universe as why they love the character so much. And so one of the things that's been speculated a lot, especially by someone like me, is that in the Filoni-verse, we may see a version of the Vong invasion, perhaps with an alien race known as the Grisk, which is established in the new Disney canon novels with Thrawn. And so we know more or less that Boba will be in the show. We know that Cobb Vanth will be in the show, and there's a lot of evidence to suggest that Disney has plans for Boba well beyond The Mandalorian. We're just not sure how all of that is going to fit together, but that's what we'll find out, of course, when we watch the show. So there you have it, folks. Let us know what you think about this mounting evidence of Boba Fett being in the show, some of the cool little ways that we talked about in which that character could tie into the story with the child and Din Djarin, and just in general, anything that you want to talk about with regards to The Mandalorian, put it in the comments section below. And now let's shout out Todd Robbins. Yes, indeed, Giancarlo Esposito apparently broke 3 different darksabers during the filming of The Mandalorian Season 2. And now let's ask another nerd card question before we get out of here. I want to know, how many years did it take to be fully digested in the stomach of the Sarlacc? If you like this video, make sure you drop a like on it. And if you're not subscribed to this channel, what are you thinking? You've got to be subscribed so you don't miss any of the videos. And if you enjoy the content over here, you will absolutely love the live streams we do straight from Nerd Vengers Tower, Monday through Friday, starting at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. As I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video.